how you doing? I'm here today to talk about Omica Organics Magnesium Oil. And this is a product, we started carrying a few products from Omica, and it's the reason I discovered this is that I think all the years it's been I've been sitting in front of a computer now for most of my day for about 16 to 17 years, something like that. If you don't, that's not even counting college, it's been 16 years. Woo. So I'm old. And on top of that, I think as much as I've tried to be good about doing ergonomic chairs and mouse and everything like that, I'm pretty good with the wrists, but I've kind of messed up my back over the years, and I've had this kind of growing problem with certain spots in my back feeling like I can never get loose, and it feels like a growing knot. And so I've tried everything, both, I've used a lot of the herbal anti-inflammatories we have, and they work, they work for temporarily, and I've done, because I'm in the industry especially, I've done a lot of body work, massage, rolfing, you name it, acupuncture. I've tried everything, and they all have helped me to a certain degree, but I've just had this overwhelming feeling that I was sort of nutrient deficient, or that there's something going on, because I was getting so tight all the time. And despite what my brother says, it's not just because I'm a anal retention. Yeah, not just because I'm a tight what, but that's part of it. But also I just feel like physically my muscles were cramping all the time. And so I started looking into magnesium because I know those are good for leg cramps and general muscle cramping. The issue with magnesium, and I do take it, does help me get a good night's sleep. I take it at night before I go to bed, but you can only do so much oral magnesium. First of all, it isn't well absorbed orally, and second of all, it can cause digestive issues, meaning, usually
loosening of the bowels.
Yeah, yes, what my brother said, loosening of the bowels. So you don't want to take too much of it. And then I started hearing both from Omica, from my friend Dillian over at Omica, as well as a few other people who come in the store, about magnesium oil. And this is a magnesium chloride, 29% pure magnesium chloride in a preservative-free aloe vera. So there's no water, no anything. It's pretty strong. And the magnesium chloride is derived from an ocean mineral pure source, where they say it's it's not contaminated with any toxins, anything like that. And so what I've been doing now for the past month is I take a couple times a day, I take 3 or 4 sprays of this, and I rub it on my neck and back and everywhere on my body, really. The idea is it's transdermally absorbed. So, I'm not, I obviously am rubbing it where I'm having problems, so sometimes I'll have my wife help me, thank you Rachel, where I can't reach on the spot of my back, but I'm rubbing on my legs, anything that's getting tight. I don't know that it necessarily has to be on the spots that you're having problems with, but I think it just feels good to do that anyway. Obviously you're rubbing your body in places where you're feeling tight, but you can do it pretty much everywhere. I think the idea is to sort of let it soak in. And I noticed immediately when I started doing it that for the first time in a long time, the spots in my neck and shoulders started to loosen up. And I wouldn't say it's 100% better, but I would put it at the scale of, so far in a month, 50 to 60% better. I've been reading a lot about it since then as well. And it seems that from what people are saying who are like the magnesium experts, this is something that you need to be sort of intense with for a while, because if you've been eating any kind of standard American diet, if you eat white flour products, if you eat anything that's processed, you are going to get massively magnesium deficient. And so you can get some help from this, but probably you need to dose on magnesium for a while to get your body's stores of magnesium somewhere back to normal levels. So I'm kind of on the mission to do that. I'm also looking to try and get a bath. I tried one last night and I'm hoping to sell it, but the point is I'm looking at ways that I can increase my magnesium levels. And interestingly enough, I think one thing to point out, for people who are calcium deficient, I think, and we'll get into this in another talk, but I just want to bring this up, that there's this idea that in order to get better bones, you need to take more calcium, which I think is arguably completely false, actually, in that, yes, bones are made of calcium, but it's a pretty complex process. It's not like your body takes it and says, oh, it's calcium, let's just add it to your bones and you have better bones, right? It's like you don't just absorb calcium that well. And there's part of the process of your body absorbing and processing calcium correctly is magnesium. And so yes, people take calcium, magnesium mixed together, but if you're deficient in magnesium already, imagine how you're probably not getting enough magnesium, and all of the calcium in your body is processed through channels that are controlled by magnesium. And so without adequate magnesium, you're not getting enough calcium no matter how much calcium you take, and you're getting it in the wrong places. So calcium that isn't processed properly ends up with things like sore muscles and scar tissue and joint issues, arthritis. You're getting the buildup of elemental calcium in your body that is not healthy. And so keep that in mind. Magnesium, this is a great way to get it. It's the most comfortable way I can say. The only thing I would say is that when you do it, I notice sometimes it can tingle a little bit. It's normal. At first I got worried. First time I tried it, it was like, it's stinging. And actually in about 20 seconds, it sort of just chilled out and I didn't notice it at all. It also has slightly like a tacky residue. So I don't mind it so much putting it on. Put a shirt on, it goes away, but you might keep that in mind.
Right?
What's that?
That's aloe vera.
Yeah, yes. So something to keep in mind, but I like it. Magnesium oil.